Hello. I'm not sure how everybody else has been spending their time, but I've been doing some snow shoveling. And so there's this twisting action of the body, and there's a bending of the knees and a lifting, and it's been pretty heavy snow. And so I've been thinking to myself, while I'm doing that snow shoveling, what is going to support my body in balancing itself out? And so, if you want to get a little relief in your back, and it is not painful to do so, then come lie on your back and just hold your knees. You might feel the stretch in your lower back right away. I'm always mindful when I come down to the mat where my shoulders are in relationship to my ears. And can I just pull them down away from my ears a little more, and the shoulder blades just come together behind my back. And you can roll from side to side. It's nice just to get a little compression and a little rocking, like that gentle rocking motion from rebounding. And you might want to begin to draw circles with your knees. You can go counterclockwise 3 or 4 times, whatever feels right to you, and clockwise or vice versa. Just making sure you balance out both sides. And you might decide that you want to get a little relief in your quadriceps and your hamstrings region. So you might decide to point your toes up toward the ceiling and to just lift, and it engages the dorsal portion of the foot. And I can feel it all the way down the shin, the front of the lower portion of the leg. And then you can do flexion with your heels toward the ceiling, and feel how that affects your entire back body of the ankle, the calf. And where do you feel it? I feel it all the way down into the hamstrings. Such a good stretch. And if you had a strap, you could just put the strap there and hold, but it's not necessary. My knees are slightly bent. They're not completely straight. And the bend in your knee might be here. It's whatever feels good to you. And you're just wanting to feel supported by the mat too on your back. And then you might decide to dip your toes to tap the floor. One at a time. You can follow the rhythm with your breath. You can inhale up, exhale down, or vice versa. Just got a nice little cracking down my lumbar spine. So not only is it providing a gentle little stretching action for my lower back, but it's also engaging the abdominals, which in turn supports the back. And you can do as many of these as you'd like. Take breaks in between, roll. The whole idea of this practice is just give you different ideas of things you might want to try and incorporate. And so now the sideways twists are really good for that. Stretching the side body all the way around from your knees all the way up through the glutes, and then up the lower back, the side body. And when you're extending your arm outward, then it affects your bicep area and your pectoral region, which if you've been just sitting at a desk or driving a car, that's affected. Shoveling snow engages these muscles in a different way depending on your technique and your handedness. And just allow yourself to settle in here and just get as much of a stretch. Like even here, I feel it's a bit too much for me. And instead of full on sinking into the bit too much in this region, I just want to back off a little bit. Whether that's bringing my knees up a little so I have less torque, or moving my arm in slightly, softening, putting my palm up as opposed to down. It's your body, so feel into your body and tune into it. And know that when you've reached a barrier, honor that barrier. Don't force your way through it. Just sink in and connect with the breath. And whenever you're ready, you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. Putting your opposite arm out. You can put your hands to your knees to help support in that way. And the same thing. Feel the stretch. Where are you feeling it in your body? This is a good idea for people who are seeking treatment when you're doing these exercises, to just really be present in your body and notice, just begin to notice sensations in your body. Where you're feeling it the most. Is one side tighter than the other? Do you have a more limited range of motion on one side versus the other? And you can always rock back and forth to come up to a seated position, or get up to a seated position any way that's comfortable for you. If you want to completely roll over onto your stomach and just extend your entire body. Right now my toes are pointed toward the back wall and my arms are extending out, reaching toward the front wall. And I'm just allowing my neck to be long. Again, being mindful, can I drop my shoulders away from my ears? And feel the stretch. Where does it feel good? You can decide to support your head on a pillow or even your hands. In a very simple yoga move to help with the back is cat-cow. Allowing the tummy to drop down as you arch the back.